Danny Maya, your professional private investigator, licensed in Florida and California. I've been an investigator for 26 years. As promised, here are this is a YouTube video being made for specifically to help victims of romance scams and or catfish scams. And I'm going to give you two websites that anybody in the public can use that will immediately give you the necessary tools to figure out who you're really talking to on the other side. So, as you're well, in the United States, romance scams ultimately have a tendency of having over multi-billion dollars worth of losses to their victims. And your average victim loses a couple hundred dollars, and you have people who've lost close to $1 million in regards to a romance scam. And I'm sure you all have heard of the Tinder swindler. Well, let me use, I get a lot of clients who hire me in response to, they're not sure who they're talking to on the other side. And I've had victims, unfortunately, lost thousands and hundreds of thousands of dollars in regards to romance scams. So what are some of the things in response to all the different places, because you can meet them in many different places, what are some of the things that you can ultimately do to verify who you're talking to on the other line? Number one, I use a website called TinEye. And you're going to see it below in the link, tineye.com. And what you would do is you would ultimately get a picture and whatever the picture may be of whoever it is. And as a result, you will take that file, find it, you'll upload it, whatever that upload will be. And basically that person in itself, regardless of who the person is that you're going to look for, you're going to load a file regardless of what it is. You'll put it inside, and then TinEye will find it through different social media sites. And then ultimately you'll have your search criteria, basically your search result criteria. And in this particular case of the picture I ran, it did find something in TikTok. So you'll definitely take a look at it. And as a result, it'll show you of who that picture belongs to. That's one of the things you can. Another website that I use, which are public, doesn't cost you a dime, is called OSNet, which means one single source information network. And within this particular OSNetFramework.com, you can search anywhere between username, email, domain name, IP address, images, videos, social networks. So if you have an email address, you can click on the link that shows email. You can do an email search, common email formats, email verifications. I don't really want to get too technical in it, but these are different tools that you can use within this particular framework and this particular website that could help you determine who you're talking to on the other side. But let's get down to the nitty gritty. If the person you're talking to, the first thing you want to do when you're trying to verify if the person is who they say they are is you want to FaceTime them. And if the person doesn't want to FaceTime, you need to disconnect that call. You got a scammer, 100%. Now you want to verify if the person who says that they're that person is in fact that particular person. Now they're willing to FaceTime with you, and now it matches the picture you have, and you want to verify that. Get a real phone number. Get a real number that you can match it up to WhatsApp. WhatsApp is a great resource where you can take a phone number, plug it into the search bar, and it'll show you a picture. If obviously you plug that number in another picture, you probably have a problem. If all of a sudden, and what happens during these relationships that are ultimately are romance scams, and ultimately somebody's using a catfish photo that isn't the person, and most of the time you're dealing with an organized crime group. Somewhere along the line, there's going to be a request for money. Once you have that, immediately run. Anybody who basically tells you to take your money and to start investing it in whatever means possible, or they want you to show you a way of investing it for a return through Forex or crypto, run. It's a scam. Generally, when romance scammers who work out of different skits, and could be Eastern Europeans, could be Nigerians, many different groups. It could be South Americans. You need to avoid. If you're really talking to the person who you are, they're going to have a social media footprint. When you ever picture whatever you get, you start reverse searching it and you can't find a footprint of that picture, you're probably dealing with somebody who they have taken a portion, they've edited, they've taken the metadata, which is the data off that original photo, and is going to avoid you being able to find that person. These are some tips to help you out. 2 websites that I ultimately use that are free for the public. However, leave me a comment if you have any further questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer any one of them. Follow my website. I usually provide blogs and otherwise, and I'm here to answer your question free of charge, unless you engage me, but then we'll try to give you as much information as possible that you can do a lot of these things on your own. And these are some of the websites and some other techniques that I will discuss later on with you. Individualize people who may have a problem. And this problem could be your mom, it could be your dad, could be your friend, it could be yourself. So follow me on my YouTube channel, Daniel Maya. And next topic will be extortion scams. And we will talk about that. Follow for the video soon. Dan Maya, peace out.